could hurt my love, yo, but you really got the choice, but have some. We all fall down, never getting used to feel numb. It's getting hard to overcome some. Knowledge to be free from this gun. One shot and I'm down. Oh, I know that all is my fault. Never learn from it all. Like a fastball in motion, I'm hoping. I thought that we had it all. Now I'm broken and scarred, and I'm scared of it all. No joking. Oh, no joking. Oh, I thought that we had it all. Now I'm broken and scarred, and I'm scared of it all. Oh, no joking. What do you really know about love? It's doing more discovering us. Don't really have a choice but try on. We all fall down, never getting used to spider. All the times I have lost love, getting out to overcome someone wrong, and I'm down. Oh, I know that all is my fault. Never learn from it all. Like a fastball in motion, I'm hoping. I thought that we had it all. Now I'm broken and scarred, and I'm scared of it all. No joking. Oh, no joking. Oh, I thought that we had it all. Now I'm broken and scarred, and I'm scared of it all. Oh, no joking. We all fall down. We all fall down. Oh, I know that all is my fault. Never learn from it all. Like a fastball in motion, I'm hoping. I thought that we had it all. Now I'm broken and scarred, and I'm scared of it all. No joking. We all fall down. We all fall. I thought that we had it all. Now I'm broken and scarred, and I'm scared of it all. We all fall down.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up. Put the place up, yeah we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major. Blink of an eye, ego I'ma take her, shake her. Yeah, she was a ball shaker, she shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Sounding like a rose when we came out there, we settled facts like the Vinci. I'm breaking codes, so breaking backs. Come on, get your ass up if you're slipping. Put another smile like it wasn't last Christmas. Hey. Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major. Blink of an eye, ego, I'ma take her, shake her. Yeah, she was a born shaker, she shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Sound like a rose when we came out there, we settled facts like Da Vinci. I'm breaking codes and breaking backs. Come on, get your ass up if you're slipping. With another smile like it was the last Christmas. Hey.
Hey, good afternoon. What's good, folks? It's Tom Badger here in the place to be. Shouts to FG3000, but shouts to eUnited. That's what we're doing right now. We've got the eUnited Invitational year after year. Basically, what happens is if you win the World Championship, you get to host a party. Good for you. But we have sort of like a kind of all-star match thing. There's a whole bunch to get into. So let's roll right into it. Let me introduce you to my friends. You've never met them before, ever. It's Taco. It's Toli. What's good, friends?
Having a pretty good time about it. Just ready to see what these captains have in mind and in store for us today.
It's always interesting to see North America and Europeans just kind of mix it up and in a fun environment where there's not that much really on the line. There's not that pride that you're looking for. It's just going to be a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And as these guys were implying, we're going to mix and match. So basically, we've got a whole bunch of players that a couple of captains that we've pre-selected are going to pick from and basically kickball style make their teams. Our captains are, it's Mr. Collis, it's Mr. Jeff Hinla. We've got Polar Bear Mike, and Captain Twig is here as well. And they're going to be picking from these players up here, up on top, not the ones on the bottom.
And if you're wondering what happened to those on the bottom, it's just a bunch of various reasons for some of the players that weren't able to attend. But no worries, because we still have plenty of viable pros to choose from.
Right. Vote had to go to an English class. Ataraxia is working on some of his other nonsense. He's got a math class, I think, right?
Probably.
But he's a little bit busy. But fun stuff going on this weekend, so we definitely want to get different people involved. Totally mentioned mix and match of different regions as well. There's a couple of rules behind the scenes. I don't know if we're going to go into them, but basically you can't have all NA, you can't have EU, and you've got to have at least somebody from eUnited on the squad. And we've got those captains I mentioned before standing by. It's Aggro, and it's the four captains.
The four captains. Guys, first of all, congratulations on being chosen captains. Twig, you were a natural selection. It was kind of garbage that you weren't a captain last year, right? Because your name is Captain Twig.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so it's about time that we got it right. So Minotaurs, Titans, Juggernauts, that's the word I was looking for, and Manticores. Guys, talk to me about your general philosophy going in. Mike, we'll start with you. You have to pick an eUnited member. That's going to be tough for you. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I really wanted to avoid that. I don't want any of them. I hate them all. Can't stand them.
But you know that they're going to get stuck with everyone else here. So did you try and like throw some, maybe throw a wrench in their plans?
I think ideally, if this was like a serious LAN and not like, kind of a fun event, my strategy would just to be give the best person Scream. So like Twig can't get Scream, but I would make one of these guys take Scream because then you can't win. But I'm also thinking of saving them from having Scream, just like kind of being a kind guy. So I'm not
jump
sure.
on that grenade.
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Carlos, I don't believe you were here last year for this event. Are you excited to be a part of this year's festivities?
Yeah, I'm excited to just troll a bit and have fun.
Troll just a little bit though, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
We can say it's a little bit.
we can say it's a little bit at least. In Jeff, last year, Barra was the captain for your team that you were a part of. Barra, not the captain this year. Are you going to pick a different ADC? Maybe throw someone else there in the duo lane, show them how it's done?
Barra's not, he can't be here, and you have no idea how, this is not good. This is bad for me. I don't know what to do.
Jeff, I know this is a tough time for you, but I just want you to know from me to you, this kind of makes me happy that we're going to see someone else in the duo lane with you instead of Barracuda.
Hopefully
the
not
worst.
a Jingwei main. Anyone but a Jingwei main.
Or a Soul main.
yeah,
Like, no, I
both
mean,
of those, they gotta go.
especially if a double combo of a Jingwei and Soul main. Like,
I only know how to play with those.
that's the only thing
Yeah.
you know how to do. All right, well, these guys are going to get ready for their selections, and for that, we're going to throw it back over to the desk as they talk through who they could potentially pick.
Thanks a lot, man. That's the personal side. That's the side that you kind of want to see. Everybody's having fun, laughing, but don't forget, this is a competition. We're going to get serious at some point, and at the end of the day, some players are better than others. I didn't have to put them in a tier list. Y'all two did, so get ready for that one.
So this one specifically, I thought in my mind that I wanted to have good mid laners up top because mid lane is one of the most dominant roles outside of jungle. So I put Baskin and Zeros there, one from North America and then one from Europe. And then I kind of lean towards my solo lane bias. I got to give credit to where credit is due. I think Finoke and Deathwalk are the two most innovative players. And then the rest was just all a toss-up for me.
This was actually a pretty tough one for me, and I say that mostly because of the fact that a lot of these players I think are very versatile and great at learning how to adapt to these sort of more fun, laid-back metas that tend to develop here. I remember at the last one that we had, the Energy Invitational, Aurora actually killing it the entire time, which is what helped escalate him to the very top there for me in the S tier. And overall, I just feel like comparing and contrasting a lot of the pros performances throughout the entirety of Season 5 and the latter portion of Season 4 really helped me for deciding where to place some of these guys.
Now, the Aurora pick, I like that idea, but the thing was he was a captain that last year, so he got the chance to choose his teammates, and it was just a whole kind of trifecta of troll players, right? He picked Kiki, he picked Cyclone Spin. I think he also picked Captain Twig to run that Osiris jungle every single time, and it worked out for them, but I don't think Aurora can really fit in a more normal environment.
I feel as though you're severely underestimating just how deep those god pools can extend outside of a competitive environment.
Yeah. I think what Aurora does is a big deal. I want to point out, Taco, you've got Funball up there in A tier.
I do.
I mean, I agree, but I think there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, how many wins he's got this season?
For anybody wondering where exactly that mix-up came in, it's because I had a really tough time actually deciding between placing Snoopy in Funballer's position or, vice versa. And I ended up choosing Funballer in the end just because of the fact that despite SK not really having a whole lot of success throughout Season 5 and arguably even parts of Season 4, I do feel as though Funballer is still a consistent enough hunter that his god pool is wide enough that it can still appropriately find him at like a higher range of gameplay possibly for what the pros are going to be trying to accomplish here at the LAN.
Yeah, man, I certainly got to agree with that. Really excited here. Just a reminder, it's Conquest this time around. Saturday, we're going to have some fun. We'll see just how much fun we have. But Sunday, there's going to be the real single limb tournament. So let's get right into it, shall we? Round one. Everybody's going to be getting ready for their picks. Who is up first? The answer is going to be the Juggernauts.
It's Polar Bear Mike.
Yeah, Polar Bear Mike making his first choice. Out of everybody available, we saw your tier list, excuse me. Where do you think Polar Bear Mike's going to go?
So it has to be an eUnited member first. Like, that's the rules of the draft. Like, your first round has to be a eUnited member. And between the list, I mean, if he's trying to actually win, it's got to be Scream, right? But if he's trying to make sure that he's going to have fun in the duel lane, he's going to choose Panda Cat.
As much as PBM probably likes to joke around about the whole Scream thing, I mean, he even started off that little bit with aggro going over it, but it's just that jungle and solo have felt like the top priority, especially in North America, for a lot of their matches, and I feel as though that's still going to carry on, even though this is a little bit more for, funs and giggles throughout the weekend. I still deeply believe that these players are going to want to select members based off of what they've been used to playing or been used to seeing have success, and I think that jungle solo is definitely the priority there. It's got to be Benji or Scream.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Listen, you're trying to win this weekend. There's a lot of conversation about having fun, but these players are absolutely looking to win. So right now, Juggernaut's on the clock. Sounds like they're about to be picking very soon here. So I'm excited to see. It's going to be Scream, and I don't think there's a surprise there. I think this is a very intensely jungle-focused game right now. And so to prioritize your jungler here, I think is the absolute good look. Scream, I wonder if he works well with Polar Bear Mike.
No, you don't wonder that. No one wonders that. Obviously, It's a blanket statement there.
Yeah.
They work very well together. It doesn't matter which eUnited member you pair up with PBM. I think that you're right. You hit the nail right on the head, Tom, where you said that jungle is the most important role, and I think that Scream brings his own flavor to that, where his god pool is much different than, like, let's say, the Annisters or the Adaptings of the world, but he'll still make those picks work. And it's more of an eUnited environment, I think, that makes it work. So if you can bring PBM and Scream and then 3 other people outside of the United and still make it work, this is kind of like to see if that really works in a competitive environment.
And PBM only gives Scream such a hard time because he's upset that Scream has 4 more M's in his name than he does.
Polar Bear Mike, you think is the fix?
Mike?
Well, right now, Scream is going to be the first pick for the eUnited boys. What a surprise. The graphic even looks good. It's like they're on the same team already. Next team on the clock going to be Manticores. They've got pick number 2. As Tully mentioned, has to be a member of eUnited. But PBM and Scream are already gone. So what do you got? You got Vanunu?
So it's Callus picking, and if he's looking for a hunter, it's Panda Cat. But I think there's really a lot of hunters out there, so I think that he'll still kind of avoid a hunter for the moment. It's got to be Venenu. I think he is the all-star player of eUnited in general, getting Worlds MVP in that status. His plays cannot be denied. Like, the amount of presence you can feel from him, and maybe that's eUnited setting him up, but honestly, when he's doing plays like that, can you really not pick him here?
I think, you know, I think the haircut has you a little surprised. He looks great, but I mean, what about Benji?
That's what I'm looking towards, is the Benji factor.
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting solo and jungle to be the heavily prioritized members of eUnited to go first. Sure, it's nice to have a solid mid laner. Sure, it's nice to have a fantastic hunter, especially as a support main. But there are quite a few mid laners and quite a few hunters here that I would be perfectly content to have on my team.
Well, there's still a Deathwalker, there's still FineOK, there's still Variety, so maybe you could still avoid Benji for now if you're looking for something else. If you can't get Baskin in the second round, then get Venenu now and then not have to worry about that.
That's fair. That is fair. You know what? That's fair. When you bring up the other players available, certainly something to be said about that. Pick number 2, though, coming through here. Manticore is going to select. It's going to be Panda Cat. Both of you guys were wrong. Look at that.
Surprise.
Look at that.
Sometimes it's a swing and a miss.
A little surprised by that, actually, you know, having a European support with a North American hunter. Now, because normally in their own respective regions, you'll play ranked together all the time, so you won't really see Panda Cat and Callus in the same rank game, so this is going to be a true shot in the dark. This is like kind of a blind date that they're both going on now.
Sure.
I actually am not that opposed to it, because even though we mentioned that there are some other really strong mid laner and hunter players, Panda Cat definitely feels like one of the more aggressive hunters that's here competing. So I think that combining that alongside of Callus' aggressive style of play, we've seen him take out the Ares plenty of times beforehand, and I don't see this going any differently. I think that he's just going to want to press go with Panda Cat in that dual lane against whoever they're going
Some
up
Ares Uller action probably to come.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking, was that clearly this is a choice that, you know, I'm an aggressive support. I want an aggressive hunter with me. Panda Cat's been buying Blink on Artemis forever, so I think that's a relationship that'll go hand in hand. Titans have been on the clock for a minute or so. They're figuring out which team they're going to be selecting here, or which player they're going to be selecting for their team. So with the hunter down and the jungler down, that leaves, in my opinion, I think the solo laner is going to be the most important one to look at here. But, I mean, we were just wrong, so who knows?
Well, it's Jeff Hilla, the captain of that team, so between Venenu and Benji, you can't go wrong with either of those 2 picks. It just depends on what the rest of the picks that Jeff is looking for afterwards. Benji has been adapting his style ever since Season 2 when he was on Enemy, and been dominant ever since that time. Carrying eUnited, honestly, I would say, in the land portion, even though he might have a few slip-ups online.
Benji could be a really good pickup here, though, for Jeff, just because of the fact that he is used to playing a little bit more around that solo lane area because of Aquarius, and Jeff seems to be wanting to keep that strong. I mean, very familiar with all of the eUnited guys, so this was probably not the easiest choice for Jeff to have to make either, but it came down to pretty much an even 50-50 split between Benji and Venenu. It really is hard to go wrong with either of those guys.
I don't think you can go wrong. Benji, the selection for the Titans here. And interesting to see Jeff in sort of that leadership role, right? We usually see him as the support in game and out of game, but I think this is going to be a really interesting team, because I think Jeff has a good beat on all of the players, right? I mean, everybody's got their friends and some of their enemies in the league, and I think Jeff is just sort of that like neutral point where everybody can meet and everybody can work out together. So I think his team might have, we talk a lot about synergy at this desk a lot. I think that team from Jeff Hinla might be a little bit more interesting in that regard.
I mean, how can anyone really hate Jeff Hinla, right? Like, Jeff the Sex Hinla, like him and his ska buddies over there, just always going to be having a good time. And for Captain Twig now, the remaining member is going to be Venenu for him to choose from, and that's not too shabby, honestly. And considering that he's 4th pick, and he's probably, I think, going to be the first pick of the 2nd round, he has a lot to select from in that regard.
All right, Taka, I bet you $2,000 I know this next pick.
Well, I'll bet you 4,000 we both know this next pick.
I'll pass.
Double or nothing?
I think the pick is going to be Venenu. Sorry.
I don't think he has a choice.
Little anticlimactic there.
Unless Jeff suddenly wanted to trade. Can you imagine? It is kind of one of those, like, it does remind me of dodgeball back in school where you're being the last pick kid in the gym. But that by no means is any display of Venenu's talent there in the mid lane role. And I think Twig, as a jungler, is probably not too upset with the fact that he already gets to know his pairing that's going to be alongside of him in that mid lane.
He looks so mean here, Captain Twig.
So does Venenu, actually, a little bit. This could be the mean
Venenu
team.
can't look mean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Venenu can't really
We
look
know
all
how
that
happy
mean.
he is all the time, so it's like, or like happy-go-lucky
Sure.
at the lands
I
and
mean,
everything.
so was Pain to Beyond during Season 2, right?
Oof.
What?
Yeah, like in Season 2 Worlds when he was trying to play the bad guy.
He kicked everybody, remember?
Yeah,
Taka?
well,
No,
I
not
do
that. I was talking
remember.
about at
I
the
just
world
wasn't
stage.
trying to bring that up again. I don't
That's
know.
not what I was even mentioning.
So,
Wow.
we've got Ryan standing by with different people at a different camera shot. Please go there.
Thank you. It's about time that we stayed on that shot far too long, in my opinion. All right, boys. Round 1 in the books. We'll start with you, Mike, since you had the first overall pick. Talk me through your thought process of, you have to take an eUnited member first.
Yeah, I actually, I was having some difficulties with the league office. I was trying to send in my pick. I had Deathwalker written down, and they were
he
saying,
doesn't play for United.
Yeah, they were saying, like, I thought I just had to pick them at some point in the draft, not the first round. So I sent in Deathwalker, and they said, no, you can't pick him. So I was thinking, like, okay, maybe he didn't want to play with me. So I wrote in Baskin, and they said, I can't pick him either.
Weird.
So then, I just decided to make the event more fun for everyone else, take Scream, get them off their hands, and yeah.
Yeah, you actually had a very helpful list that you tweeted out here that I wrote down.
Right, yeah.
Scream, it says you categorized him as a complete moron, then in
Right.
parentheses, big idiot. So
Yeah.
good luck, I
Yeah.
suppose, moving forward. All right, then it was up to you, Kalas. Kalas, you took the fun idiot, according to PBM.
Yeah,
It's a good pickup.
I looked through Mike's list and like I agree with all the idiots because my team is full of idiots as well.
Right.
So I definitely want the fun idiot so that it's actually fun playing with that idiot.
Are you worried that you'll be able to understand Panda Cat a little bit too much in the duo lane and that will throw off some of your synergy?
Maybe.
Mike, I'm sorry. I'm asking Kalas a question. Can you calm down a little bit over there? I mean, normally you're used to hearing just gibberish, and you're like, oh, okay, that's his beads. Like I know that that's what's going on.
Yeah,
Now
it's-
Panda Cat, crisp, clear, beads are down.
Yeah,
that's gonna
I
be
don't,
weird, right?
I don't understand that. Beats are down. It's too hard to understand. It's obviously a lot better when it's gibberish.
Well, I'm sure Panda Cat can try and get involved in that somewhere. Jeff, you
an
were
ADC,
you
so-
were up next. Yeah, you were up next. You took the intelligent idiot, according to Mike. That's Benji. You had to pick an idiot, I suppose, according to Mike. Why did you select Benji?
Because him and Aqua have no idea how to play without pressure, so I'm used to this. And yeah.
The most similar player to your own.
I will be very comfortable playing.
All right, fair enough. That makes sense. Twig, you looked really unhappy with your pick,
Yeah.
just based on your player picture alone. Van, I mean, he's a very kind-hearted idiot, according to Mike.
No, not happy at all. Livid, pretty much. Furious was pretty much my first emotion when I realized I had to play with Ben. Hopefully we can just make it through the tournament without getting embarrassed. I don't know, like maybe he'll just not drag us down too much and we can still win.
It's going to be tough, an uphill battle.
I can't not laugh.
Twig, let's throw it over the desk so they can get round 2 going. Hopefully Twig can bounce back after a tough round 1.
Well, yeah, finals MVP on the team. Eesh, don't know if I want to be there either, Twig. I'm feeling it. Well, round one of the books, and round one I think is a little. Everybody had to go with eUnited. You know, we kind of broke it down. At the end of the day, I think all four of those players are probably on the same level, right? Whenever we vote, whenever we're talking MVP votes backstage, it's always like Benji, Vinay. There's 4 people on a 5-man team usually get mentioned. So I think round one, sure. You guys got your eUnited players. Congratulations. This is where we really get into it.
Yeah.
This is where I'm excited. I want to see who gets picked. I want to see who doesn't get picked. I'm really amped for this one.
I want Captain Twig to throw a curveball at everyone, and despite picking a mid from Veneno, I want him to pick Baskin already and like flex him in some other position because he can play any other role, and I think that would be like a sick strategy.
I'm with it.
Or, you know, alternative strategy, he just makes them both go into the mid lane and they have to bout each other for the red buff.
Oof.
I like that.
I don't like that one. I don't know about that one. I don't think if they're trying to win that they're going to do that.
I like that
Who
one.
said anybody's trying to win here? Did you listen to
there's
that?
There's prizing on the line here.
Oh my goodness. Taco, I think you take your ranked games more seriously than what's going on this weekend.
No, there's no way. Didn't you see the sincerity in Twig's statements?
I did see that. Right now, he's hard at work trying to figure out who to pick. So you mentioned he's got his mid laner already, and if he's not going to put 2 people in that mid lane, where do you think he's thinking, Tully?
Probably in the solo lane. Deathwalker's still up. I gotta lean there, or Variety. Probably gonna be Deathwalker though. I gotta give more consistency towards him.
Maybe he'll just go for a roar. I mean, they're boys before.
That's
Last
true.
time
Last
around,
year.
this event happened, so maybe Twig just chooses to lean in that direction. But I think that there's also the possibility that he might want to choose another solo laner. There isn't really a whole lot of solo lane selection here. I think you're mostly coming down to deciding between Deathwalker and Variety. So either one of those 2 picks I think could also fare very well for Twig, just because as a jungler, you probably want to go ahead and establish who your priority pressure picks are going to be, and I think that mid and solo are probably the places for a jungler to look towards most.
Deathwalker is going to be the pick, and that's exactly where I thought he was going to go as well. Twiggy has an interesting god pool, let's say, right? It's not the classic standard jungle stuff going on. So if he's got to play weird stuff, that means other people on his team generally have to play weird stuff. If he's going to go tanky Osiris to the jungle, DW can go some assassin solo or something if that's the conversation they want to have, right?
And the thing Ice Ice Baby did against eUnited was playing that Osiris, so this is going to be a very similar style that Deathwalker's already accustomed to.
I mean, I think Deathwalker is accustomed to, and I think if you went up to Deathwalker and went, so we've got a Neath jungle and a Naja mid, he'd go, well, I know the pick for that one. Okay.
It's Outwash.
Just show up. Yeah, it's, I don't know if it's Outwash necessarily, but we do have a conversation in a little bit coming up with John Finch. He's standing by with players. Are you excited to see what John Finch has to say?
I'm curious about more about what Captain Twig has to say, because we always hear what Finch has to say day in and day out.
Are you excited to hear what Finch has to say?
I'm excited for Finch.
Well, that makes one of us. John Finch, take us away.
Glad to know that at least Taco has my back out there. Thank you, Taco, for having my back. I got Twig here with me. Just got Deathwalker placed onto the team there with him. And you got Vin already. First off, you didn't seem so happy about Vin at first round. How are you going to make sure that still works?
I was furious. No, I'm pretty happy with Deathwalker. He's got a lot of practice carrying like weaker mid laners. Like everyone kind of knows that Rival's pretty much just Deathwalker and like
That's like the only one on the team that gets stuff done and
So Deathwalker's got the practice at carrying weaker mid laners throughout tournaments. So. Yep.
He'll be doing that same thing here, I guess.
Exactly.
Right?
That's the pick.
How are you going to get Deathwalker to actually focus? I mean, we know that Deathwalker likes to troll. I mean, how are you going to rein that in? What's the plan on that?
I don't know. I might just let him loose. Just do what you do. And just let maybe he can carry us through.
Try and pick around it. Maybe pick some more troll stuff for yourself, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if that ends up working for him. Again, that's Twig just picked Venenu, and he already had Vin just picked Deathwalker. We'll get it back to the desk for pick 2.
Thanks a lot, John Finch. Captain Twig. I guess Deathwalker. He was involved by being picked, right? That counts.
Seemed a lot more upbeat there just then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Captain Twig feeling a little bit better, though. So that's pick number 1 for this round. So now we have pick number 2, and that's going to be with Jeff Hindla over there representing the orange team. So we'll see how this one works out. We've got Jeff Hindla and his solo laner, Benji, already cut and dry. So I'm thinking immediately jungle. I want to pick my solo and my jungle right away. Totally, you're giving me this look.
Baskin's up. It's got to be Baskin. There's
Baskin.
no other
gotta be
decision.
Baskin.
It's his teammate. You
Maybe
need a
make
jungler.
Baskin jungle.
If Jeff
Yeah,
doesn't
you
pick
can do
Baskin,
that.
he's trolling.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
So, who's a better jungler, Zeros or Baskin?
Wait, are you trying to be legitimate on this one? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, I think it just depends on what you're pairing them with.
Yeah.
Because, Zeros, I think, can be flexible in that manner also. I think that any of these pros on any given day could probably plug and fill for whatever respective roles they might be placed into. I think that at this point, when you reach that level of competitive threshold, you can typically pick just about anything, know what the God's kit is, and try to make it work. As far as playing against your fellow pros, that can be a little bit
That's
more
what I'm
complicated.
saying.
I would definitely have to lean just a wee bit more towards Baskin on that.
All right. Well, we'll see how that one works out. Keep in mind, Zeros has played competitively in the jungle, but nothing matters because Baskin's here. And I feel like a lot of people say that when they go into a game with Baskin, whether they're on his team or not, depending on the day. I've heard that he likes to have some fun in those ranked games.
He's very nutty. I mean, he'll play Hunters middle. He'll play anything middle, honestly. He'll play Warriors if he really wants to. And that's the unknown X factor, the fact that he'll take these picks and he'll beat you with them no matter what you're playing.
As far as synergy is concerned, also, I really feel like Jeff, Benji, Baskin, that's a pretty solid three-man squad to already be taking into this one, just because these guys all know each other so well.
The thing is, though, that's his third North American pick, so the next two has to be Europeans.
Right. Certainly going to keep our mind there. Baskin, the selection for Jeff Hindla. Let's talk to him.
All right, well, let's take a look here at Jeff. I got Jeff Hindler here with me, just selected Baskin. First of all, you don't have Barrow on the team, so whose farm is Baskin going to be taking at this event? Whose
Mine,
farm?
without
it's
a
yours
doubt.
then.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was mine with Barra. It's mine without Barra.
So he'll still be getting plenty of it either way. You have Benji on this team as well. You got a really strong squad. You
Yeah.
feeling good about it so far?
Yeah, so far I'm loving my picks. I know exactly how Benji's going to play, and I've been playing with Baskin for how long, right? So
Okay, so I assume you're putting Baskin in the mid, obviously, Benji over in solo. So are you looking towards anyone for ADC jungle, or you got any? No, not going to give us any spoilers?
No, I'm not telling you. I know what I'm going to do. I have an idea, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to deal with this.
Okay, make sure you keep it close to the vest. You heard earlier on that, Twig was saying that Deathwalker's going to carry their mid lane. Are you looking to have your mid lane carry all this time, or give me a little bit of insight to y'all strategy on this one?
So ideally, I just want to pick a bunch of players that I can carry, since I assume we're going to have zero strategy whatsoever.
Right, there's not going to be any plan really.
Yeah,
just
no,
like
it's going to be a mess. Our comms are going to be miserable. So as long as everyone can play well individually, I think we'll be fine.
Whoever has the best team that can adapt quickly is probably going to win, but that's going to do it for Jeff Hindla. We'll get it back over to the desk then for pick number 3.
Thanks a lot, guys. Pick number 3 up next. It's going to be the Minotaurs on the clock, and that's Colos's team, right?
Do we just skip ahead to the next one? Because I think we all know who's going to be going here.
So, I mean, interesting. Wolfie is available, right? Wolfie could be the middle laner here. It would make sense. They've been playing together for, are we at 3 years yet? Hey, Colos.
It's like 2.5.
How long you and Wolfie been playing together? He said 10 years. That's a lie, but it's close enough to the truth that I'm just going to go with it.
What about other games?
Yeah, sure. They were playing Uno in the womb. Wolfie is like 10 years old. Look at him. Anyway, Wolfie here could be the middle lane pick. It's definitely true. But variety is also available. And we just sat around talking about how heavy the solo lane is. So, yeah, I think this is the obvious, you picked your teammate choice. But I think there's a legitimate chance that variety or somebody else gets selected here.
It's very possible. Both Callus and PBM need a middle and a solo laner, so those are the two highly contested picks in the next couple of picks, because it's going to be Callus, PBM, Callus in the next 4 picks. And I think it's got to be Wolfie. I mean, it's got to be a little bit of a resentment if you don't pick your teammates.
You know what? If it wasn't Wolfie could probably. All right. You think Wolfie could take Collis
In what?
in a fist fight?
No.
You think Collis beats up Wolfie?
Collis has like twice the amount of range on Wolfie.
But look, Wolfie has this like mean man mug face going on. I don't want to fight Wolfie, even though I'm bigger and taller than him. I will, but I don't want to. Totally, you're awfully quiet over there.
No comment.
They'll never have to fight because they clearly love each other, because Collis prioritized Wolfie the second that he could, and that's just two teammates who honestly love each other.
PBM, who wins in a fight, Wolfie or Collis? Polar Bear Mike says Wolfie. Let's ask Collis himself. Who wins in the fight, you or Wolfie?
Thanks, Tom, for that hard-hitting analysis. As always, we know we can expect from AFDOT. I do have Collis here with me. Going to ask him a little bit about his picks for the event, which we're at, by the way, where there's going to be teams playing. First off, you don't have to pick Wolfie here. Why take him on your team? We're supposed to be having fun this weekend.
Well, I need a bold, serious person.
I see.
And adapting is off the list. So I need Wolfie.
Wolfie's the only way to fill
he is the only one that fills in the bold, serious person role.
All right, well, you do have Panda Cat over there. You're shaking things up a little bit for it in the dual lane. Did you want to prioritize him just so that you'd have that dual lane ready to go right off the bat?
Yeah, and also since he's a fun idiot, I need a help in terms of trolling the serious and bold person.
So that you got Wolfie and then a bunch of trolls on to try and just troll him the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, you did hear it. So who would win a fight here? I'll just get your opinion on this one between you and Wolfie.
That depends on
how mad Wolfie is, I guess, at any moment. Yeah.
It depends how much I argue with Vote.
Do you think like Vote would come in to help then, or?
No. It means that. So let's say we're playing in dual lane and Vote does something dumb.
Okay.
I call him out and then we have a huge ass argument. Right after that argument, I think Wolfie would kill everybody.
Okay, so after hearing that argument, Wolfie'd have like extra.
Yeah, exactly. It's amplified by at least 1,000,000%.
All right, well, we'll see. If there was a fight, then maybe Wolfie would win, but otherwise, we'll give that one to Collis. Let's get it back over. You got to get one more pick here from the Juggernauts.
So the key is to fight with somebody else so that Wolfie gets 1,000,000% stronger.
Feels like an episode of Super.
Yeah, I got nothing. There's nothing else for me to say except for the Juggernauts are on the clock. That's going to be Polar Bear Mike. We'll see how what direction he goes in. He already has one of his teammates, so we won't have what that goes down, what we just saw go down. So he has a couple of different selections. Toli, where are you looking?
So he already has the jungle and Scream. He needs mid, Hunter, solo lane. Maybe he'll go for... It's going to be Heroin.
Maybe
It has to be Heroin.
Another
Yeah.
Hunter, possibly.
Really? Yeah, it's got to be Heroin because honestly, I think he's going to have fun with this one.
I'm looking at Arkil.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think Arkel's there. I think Zero's there. I think there are a number of selections that you can really go to before you have to. I think there's just good choices.
I do think that while PBM might be familiar with Horiwin and Zeros as far as millions are concerned, I would like to see him go for Arkil as a hunter just because I think it pairs nicely with his playstyle as a support, and it's always just really great to have your dual lane established when you are a support main as the team captain. I think that can maybe change things up a little bit.
Oh, little spice of life here. It's
spicy.
variety.
A little spicy there. Now, considering that both Variety was available, as was Fine OK, I figured that he wouldn't have to pick either of those two, but considering that PBM still has his next pick, I'm going with Heroin in the next one.
Oh, okay. You're
He's-
really doubling down to this.
He's got a full commit at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Finch, take us away.
Thank you, Tom. I do have PBM here with me for the Juggernauts. Just picked in Variety, so make sure you got your solo laner in. Is that the focus for you, the solo jungle side of the map? Because that's what your first two picks were.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a solo laner. I really wanted a good Sobek main on my team.
Right.
Whenever Benji plays Sobek, it just doesn't go well. He just Pluck's just flying by left and right. So yeah, I was just looking for a really good Croc main. And I think I got that here with Variety.
No, I think you absolutely did.
Yeah.
I mean, Variety, he kind of just is the Croc, right?
Right, yeah,
So I think you got
100%.
a strong pick there. Now, we heard from Jeff. He doesn't know there's going to be a whole lot of strategy, so he just wants 5 people that are good at in their roles. Is that what you're going with here, or do y'all have a plan?
No, I think Jeff just doesn't have the brain that we have.
Right, he doesn't have the brain power.
Yeah, just of course, just bigger brains on this team. So lots of strategies, weeks of preparation, of course, from myself, spreadsheets, obviously.
Right,
just
Excels,
everything.
yeah.
Right, I prepped for this harder than the Summerland. I think it's going to show, and if not already, having showed at the Summerland.
Yeah, I don't know if you've said it yet, but you have a laptop off camera over there on the table
Right,
where you're
right.
still crunching algorithms, still
Right,
making
of
sure you're
course.
running through all the numbers. You feel like that's enough prep yet to win this event?
No, I've been slacking, but I think it'll still do enough. Yeah.
Okay, well, you also have Scream here on this roster. You're going to be able to keep Scream kind of locked in to win this one, too.
Well, I think we're playing on the big part of picking Scream was he's like the self-proclaimed GOAT, and he really likes playing Ravana. And Ravana got changed to an assassin this patch, so he's just going to pick Raven, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll see if they'll be able to get that win. We'll get it back over to the desk, though. Thanks again, PBM. We still got a bunch more picks to go.
Polar Bear Mike is off of the clock. That means Polar Bear Mike is on the clock. Snake style, right? Yeah, we're back to PBM.
Why would he reveal the strategy of his jungler? Like, is he actually trying to win or is he trolling? Like, I thought this was 2018, not the year to troll, Mike.
Mike didn't even look at Toli whatsoever.
He just like
didn't even
gave me the
acknowledge that
shrug. He's
statement.
like, I don't know what to
he
say
just,
to that.
He just continued walking, didn't even smile, look, acknowledge
He's
your
still
existence.
crunching the numbers in his mind from walking just across the stage.
That's what it is. He's trying to figure out the movement speed, everything. Yeah. Pick ready on the way here for Polar Bear Mike. Juggernaut's on the clock, and they have selected with their selection
Oh.
That's what I was waiting for the
the
whole
French
time.
Phenom.
Well, I was,
Okay.
just a round too early, but
Yeah.
Arkill does end up getting locked away there for PBM. I do really like the selection for Mike. Like I was already saying, their playstyles pair pretty well together, and I think performance-wise, PBM might find Arkill to be similar enough to Pandacat that
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to really cause too much concern for the team.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried now. They got 2 eUnited members, 2 Dignitas members. I think that you can't go wrong. The 2 side lanes are very dominant in their own side because that they're left alone for so long. So the synergy is a little bit there. Their timing of rotating in the mid game is going to be there. So I think that this is a solid pick.
Arkill's a nice guy.
Well, I actually do really like that they have Arkill here because Arkill on Dignitas has always felt a little bit more like the member of the team who knows what his duty is as a hunter, and he looks to fulfill that. He doesn't really get too distracted throughout the match, and all jokes aside, this is still somewhat of a competitive land for these guys. There is a little bit of money on the line, and even though Mike likes to joke all day long with Scream and his fellow comrades, I'm sure that he'll still be able to look at this in a more serious manner when it comes down to the wire because he has Arkill in the ADC role to keep more of a business-related mentality.
I like Arkill as well. He bought me a drink last time he came to land. That was spring. Oof, right? A little bit of an ouchie
Wow.
there.
I'm sure he's going to have some words with you after that.
Yeah, like,
Oh, right, he's
Yeah,
coming.
he is coming.
He's very good, though. Minotaur's on the clock here, trying to figure out where they're going to go with their selection. They've got one more. Well, they've got one more after this. So Minotaur's here. What direction are they going to go?
Solo's available.
Danny Fails! Fails is here! Fails is coming! Ha ha! SK made it to land! Thoom, thoom. That's the noise it would make if I had a t-shirt cannon. I'm excited. Yes! Are you excited?
Clearly you are.
Oh.
I don't think anyone anywhere is as excited as you are about Fails right here on this 4th pick.
Collis is excited. Well, I guess
No, he's mean. Look at him. He's
he
angry.
doesn't really look that excited.
Fails is the only one somewhat smiling.
I think that's a sunburn, not a smile.
Possibly so, but I think that this selection happened because Collis, running down the list of members that are available, he probably just
wow.
wants a solidified jungler in their respective role. And
Wait, does he win this fight?
this is what Fails is best at. It's the
Playing
Najah
Najah?
gameplay, and if there's ever a time to be a good Najah, the time is now.
That's true. The time is now.
In retrospect, he is a talented player. So the thing is, like, you might not necessarily have the best synergy in your SPL team against other more well-established teams, but this is a good chance for Fails to show off that talent that he's known for.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm taking a lot of shots. I'm having a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I mean, even SK, which is objectively the worst team in the league, right? We can all say that without being, like, too mean or anything, just factual. They will still beat up the 5 best players you know, right? So, like, Fails here in the grand scheme of things haven't worked out for SK, but these individual players are still some of the best players to ever touch, you know, the keyboard or controller, what have you. So I am excited to see Danny kind of step up and see what he can do here.
I'm really excited for the Wolfie Fails pairing there, though, in mid and jungle. I do feel as though there could be a chance of a little bit of clashing
Right.
to happen there because as far as their playstyles are concerned, I think that Fails is a little bit more notorious for just going all in.
That's true.
And Wolfie, I'm not too certain that he's going to want to follow that up every single time.
Well, the Titans ready to go all in here, trying to figure out where they want to go. That's Jeff Hinley's team. And they're going to go ahead and wind up. I think they
What?
got zeros. Polar Bear Mike is very excited.
Whoa.
Why are you so excited there, Mike? Now he's just laughing. I mean, there's just an entire table of I don't know. Yeah, this is what's happening over there. It's a mess. I don't
Hello?
really know. I mean, If that had been the response for when they picked fails, I might have gotten it a little bit more. That's like my 5th shot at Danny. I'm sorry. You can hit me when you get here. But seriously, I mean, zeros? That dude's man good. Why do you think they're surprised?
I think because Jeff already has a mid player in Baskin, so having Baskin and Zeros together means that one of them is going to off-roll.
The Vulcan Vungle! We're going to see the Vungle!
I don't know about that.
Maybe Zero's solo, throw Benji into ADC just for the fun of it.
Oh, no. That's lame.
Why doesn't everybody should just play a role that they don't normally play instead? That would be the most fun version of the LAN.
You know what the most fun version of the LAN would be? Going home with the money, Taco! You've got it wrong. I think they want the money.
This isn't about the money. This is for the fans.
Oh, okay.
This is for the entertainment, right,
Sure.
guys? Jeff, do this instead. You're going the wrong way. This is not the right direction. Twig, this isn't the right direction either.
All of them are just going like this right now. They just want their money right now. So they are going to play to win. Zeros is a good look to play to win. I mentioned before, he has historically played in the jungle before. He's played in the solo before. He's played in the mid lane before. Last pick for Minotaurs here in this round. Interesting. Let's see where Captain Twiggy decides to go. And
Aurora!
No surprise.
They're boys. They got to be on the same team
No
again.
scream from no yell from the other side over there.
No, not this time. I think
No?
they're all screamed out.
Well, that's my entire S-tier bracket
Well, there it is.
filled away.
Aurora. We got to talk about that haircut though. What's going on there?
What do you mean? He's just growing it out.
Yeah.
He's going for like the b-boy style.
Oh yeah, he's going. Is that it?
I don't know.
Well, that's the end of round 3. Everybody's gotten their selections in. Let's talk to the guys around the table and see what they've got.
When
to
did
say
this
for
happen?
themselves.
I'm surrounded by my friends who are very smart here
What's
on
up,
this
dog?
table. Hey, PBM, are you good, by the way?
Yeah, yo, I'm good.
All right.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing. We're good. Okay, let's go over that last round because there were some surprises there, at least by Mike's reaction to
That's
some
what
of
I'm
them.
saying, dude.
We'll start with you, though. This Arkill pick, pretty much a slam dunk. F-Dot, I thought, broke it down really well.
Yeah, I thought that was the best analysis. I think, I mean, F-Dot's been a great analyst, but I think in years, probably his best point, just a nice dude.
What else? You're looking down the list, you're like, God, who is nice? Like, that's what all those spreadsheets are about?
I just really wanted a nice dude. You know, everyone else on my team going to be very toxic. We are going into it expecting to be toxic. So yeah,
I mean, you scream
Right.
Variety. You're 3 for 3.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I think Variety has a real shot to be the most toxic player here this weekend. So, just really looking at that. And Arko's a beast. We scrimmed him at the Springland, and I think he was like 7-0, and Panda was 0-7. I wasn't even a part of any of it, and Panda swears he wasn't trolling. So, best ADC in the world is Arko, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that brings us to your team then, Kalas. I'm sure you're brimming with confidence after hearing that account of Arkill versus Panda Cat.
That's good, though. That's good.
This Fails selection caught F-Dot off guard, or maybe he was excited about it. Why did you pick Fails?
I picked it because in Mike's laptop that he right now hid under the table, it said that he wanted Fails. But then he spared us of, well, trouble with Scream. So I decided to just take
Stole
his
strats.
notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I stole his strat.
Right.
That's good. Mike, how are we feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think, you know, I'm just kind of here trying to be a good host of the event, just make sure it's fun for everyone else. So
You're-
taking all the toxic players, Scream, Variety, just taking them away from these guys, make sure that they have a good time.
You know I'm hosting this desk, though, that you aren't.
No, you're not.
but
You're not.
it's like the eUnited Invitational. You've seen it.
Not,
Yeah,
he's
but,
co-hosting.
like,
He's hosting.
Okay.
Yeah, but
he's
you've seen it.
All right, that's fine. Mike, do you want to ask Jeff some questions about his selection then of Zeros? since
Dude,
you're
I did
hosting?
not expect that. So here's
Alright,
what
go
I'm
ahead,
thinking.
go.
I'm like, he's already got Baskin. That's a mid laner. And then I see Zeros, and I'm like, dude, that's a mid laner. And I'm like, what? What is going on? You know?
I will keep it real with you, Chief. That was a horrible question for Jeff. So,
know what I'm
I'll
saying?
take it over. And Jeff,
Yeah.
so you already had one mid laner in Baskin. Then I saw Zeros, and I was like, that's a mid laner. Like, what is going on? Like, why Zeros?
That's exactly the same question he had.
I did
What do you
not-
mean?
Wait, what are you,
Exactly
what are you
the-
talking about?
Are you even
What
paying
are you
attention?
talking
Exactly
about?
the same.
Can you let me do my job as hosting of Mike's host?
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
Sure, whatever.
Jeff, what's your team comp going to look like? Why'd you pick Zeros?
Very simple. Baston's clearly the best player in the world, right? He's never once made a mistake, no matter what. Just put him in the jungle.
Perfect player.
Yeah. Jungle's the most influential role, and we have Baskin already.
take that, get zeros. We can't lose.
Also, I don't think they had them on the ineligible list, but Meerkat not able to be drafted,
Right, so
aka
yeah,
Baskin's
the
Kryptonite.
Superman's
so-
here, but the Kryptonite's not. So you got this weird dynamic where you got Superman without Kryptonite, and then you don't know what's going to happen in the movie. So.
Yeah, I feel like Superman might just run rampant here
Right.
in that.
I think,
if had to do
you're
some math.
kind of missing a part of Jeff's draft, which is normally Baskin mid takes all the farm, put him jungle, make zero, split with him. Now we're gonna see Jeff Hindlow with some farm, maybe be higher than level 5 at 20 minutes.
No. Listen, I just want to be even ever.
Oh.
If that happens,
game over.
I don't know what it's like.
Right,
You know
right.
what it's like, though, right?
Achievement unlocked for Jeff.
Yeah,
then.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just become the jungler. I just alt back harpies.
Rangda's mask coming out, right? Gotta be. I'm excited about that. Twig, your team continues to just get better and better. It feels like you seem to not be happy about it in your picture, but it still is getting better. Aurora didn't anger you enough last year to not pick him this year.
Well, actually, Jeff kind of blew my mind with that crazy mid pick. 2 mids,
Yeah.
one team. So I was left not really sure what to do. But as a wise man once said, Arkil is a nice guy. So I just went with who's nice. You know?
So really following that draft strategy.
Yeah, that wisdom.
Yes.
Really. And I decided Arrow's a nice guy. So
Back to the desk. I mean, that's it, right?
We're good.
We tossing it back or what?
You heard him.
I mean, what else we going over?
I mean it though.
I was trying to look up who beats Superman without kryptonite. Taco told me Batman.
Batman wins.
Batman wins?
Yeah, I'm trying to play spoiler here. There might be some people who've never.
But-
Some people haven't read the comics, Finch.
Well, Superman gave Batman kryptonite, says production. So, in case he ever goes crazy. So, Batman, that's what we have to do is find the Batman.
I don't even. Why is this? Where did this come from? that is the better question. How does Batman ever even get brought into this discussion from a Superman?
Let's be real. Let's be real. It's Aquaman for real.
Meerkat is
Aquarius is not here.
Okay, I don't know who the most irrelevant supervillain of all time could possibly be.
Are you calling Meerkat the most irrelevant supervillain of all time?
I don't see how he could possibly be Kryptonite. Well, actually, no, I do kind of get it because Baskin is a god at everything he does, and then you've got Meerkat who probably just comes in and messes it up.
They literally broke this down 2 minutes ago on the desk.
Well, they didn't say it in that way, though.
That's exactly how Minotaurs are on the clock right now. We're seeing where they go. That's literally what they like. I'm having a Collis moment here where I'm saying that's exactly what he said.
PBM said he wants the most toxic gamers
Pick ready,
of all time.
Minotaurs with their 5th and final selection. Taco, who'd they pick?
Snoopy.
Woo!
It's already on the screen.
Yeah, talk poop, get snooped.
I was looking at the other side of the bracket or of the draft.
They still
hoping-
needed a hunter, and I don't think any of these players currently on that team can flex in the hunter position.
I don't
so
think that looks like Captain Twig.
a good natural role to pick in Snoopy.
Who does it look like if it's not Twig?
Somebody else.
Well, that photo, you got to keep in mind, that's an older photo. We haven't seen Twig in a little bit.
That's true. Used to be somebody we saw every LAN. Not this time around. Oh, no, we have to talk to him. She's going to BM me. Finch, standing by with Captain Twig.
Don't worry, Tom. I got you over here. I'll go ahead and talk to Twig. That way you can get out of that sticky situation. You got your whole roster here now. Snoopy is going to round that out for you. Just looking for more nice guys. Is that what that is?
No, not really. At this point, it's sloppy seconds.
Just whatever's left over. Just doing your best.
Leftovers, that's right.
Right.
Just trying to pick between a rock and a hard place, and I got Snoopy, so.
So it sounds like you're not super excited about it. What are you, with all your God-given talent, how are you going to try and rally everyone together?
I don't know, man. I'd say we just go through it. Try not to let it get too embarrassing. Head forward.
Right,
That's it.
right. Well, you've seen some of these other captains where they are in their drafts now. Who do you think so far kind of looks the weakest? Who's going to be the easiest for y'all's team to exploit?
Probably PBM's team.
Right, because PBM's on it, or where's the...
Mostly the scream factor, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Just try and tilt him early on.
Ticking time bomb.
Right, there's no chance they'll be able to succeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. Well, maybe that'll be it. They'll see if they can find a way to take down Scream and get this draft to work. We'll get it back over to the desk. We do have a few more picks to go.
We've got 3 more selections to go. Jeff has to pick his teammate. Polar Bear Mike has to select his teammate. And Collis will choose his as well. Right now, I think it's Jeff on the clock. Got to figure out where he's going to go. What does he have so far, Taco?
Funballer, I think, is probably the most reasonable selection for Jeff here. He still needs a hunter pick, or at least if he wants a hunter main, Funballer is probably going to be his best bet, and so I would imagine that that's going to be the next pickup for Jeff.
That's the only European hunter remaining, honestly, with Arco
so
off the table.
it's like a definite?
So it has to be Funballer with the
yeah,
remaining
NA.
list. So Funballer is probably going to be the selection here unless he chooses somebody else to flex into that role, but taking somebody not in their natural position if you're looking to win, not the best idea.
Oh, I'm down. Look at that tier play, by the way. Just want to point that out right quick. But yeah, no, I would also like to see Funball. He's a good hunter. It's cool to see the SK guys sort of get a chance to, like, in some seriousness, flex their stuff. There he is on the right hand side. Funball looking great. We don't really get to see Funball in these graphics often. SK just shows up when they lose and then they go goodbye. So I was surprised to see that we have highlights not just for fails, but also for Funball. We have highlights, which is excellent.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting.
They're professional players. So
I wasn't expecting highlights.
I mean,
for
they're
those guys.
professional players, and I would hope that that they make some professional plays from time to time. And SK Gaming in their own right, individual players, they can do the work.
You are digging your own grave right now.
These
so
players are going to collapse on you. I'm going to leave this desk soon so that I don't get infected.
Funball's buying me a drink. Let's talk to Jeff about his pick.
Sounds like Tom forgot we have to play these players. That's going to be Saturday. Maybe we should be polite. Jeff, is it going to be rough for us? Give me just before we go to the draft. Is that going to be rough
You
for us?
just shouldn't even show up. It's so bad.
We have a lot of strats, actually.
It doesn't matter at all. I could play different roles, and that's how bad it is.
Oh my goodness. Maybe I shouldn't have opened this can of worms. Things are looking rough. But Funball, he is one of my favorite hunters for a long time. I mean, I'm glad you're able to grab him on your team. You have a really good roster here. I mean, as long as Zeros and Baskin can get with this or Baskin really with this swap, I think y'all have a good chance.
Honestly, we have a really sick team. We're just gonna put Bass in the jungle, hope it works. And dude, I haven't seen Funballer in so long. That's why I picked him.
Yeah, pull it up just a little bit closer. Yeah. It's not Polar Bear mic. That's a mic. So you can have this one close to you. It's okay.
Okay, it's not gonna hurt me.
A little bit lower down, in between. There we go. We got it, Jeff. We'll get there eventually. All right. So I want to touch a little bit here. What is that you feel like is the exploitable part of some of these other teams? You already heard Twig thinks it's PBM. Who do you think might be your easiest win here?
Oh, it's Mike for sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He's just
hands down.
Is it Scream, the same thing that Twig
It's
said?
Mike and Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna get mad and it's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be too easy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if that's how it ends up working on Sunday. Get it back over to the desk for the next pick.
All right. What do you?
I want to see Horrywind on Mike's team because of Mike's statement. I want the most toxic gamers of all time. So I just want Mike
It's gonna
to
happen.
be with
I
Horrywind
don't think Mike wants her.
and watch everything just
So
collide.
there's 2 CLG members remaining. There's only 2 players remaining, actually. It's Fine OK and it's Heroin. Looking at the
take
list
Fine OK,
here,
baby.
Callus needs a solo laner, so it's got to be Fine OK. Leaving the last pick, Heroin to PBM. Unfortunately, he has no options. No choice.
I mean, Fine OK. I wonder if he could play mid.
I'm sure he could.
Yeah?
I mean, if you play Jean-Quy solo and Chang'e, then
That's what I'm saying.
you could definitely play
That's
mid.
what I'm saying. He can play mid.
They're
sure.
pretty much the same role right
But then
now.
what is Wolfie going to do?
Well, Wolfie's just there for the bald serious person that they need to troll.
Exactly.
That's what Collis was stating
okay.
earlier.
Wolfie's
He
going to
doesn't
stand in
really-
the back like Alpha Jackal and just have his headsets on like this. Look through his eyebrows like this, you know? That's what he's going to pull off. The selection will be Fine OK. Collis will get Fine OK. And that leaves the last selection overall. This one's going to go to Polar Bear Mike, it looks like. The final choice we'll get to in a moment. But the second to last choice, Finch, standing by with the discussion.
Thanks, Tom. I am here with Collis. You just picked up Fine OK for yourself. So how are you feeling about this pick? I mean, he is considered one of the stronger solo laners over there in North America. You feeling good about your team?
I think my team is fine and okay.
Just maybe okay, maybe fine, somewhere in that range?
No, it's fine and okay.
Fine and okay. Okay,
Exactly.
cool. Anybody on your team have any of those words in their name?
No.
No?
No.
Just came up with that. I like
Not that I know of.
it. Not that I know. Well, I've been asking some of the captains here who they think might be the easiest team so far. And so far, Polar Bear Mike's team has been kind of the consensus. Do you agree that might be the easiest team for y'all to take down?
I feel like Twig's team is the easiest since he doesn't look very happy that he got it. So
Or is that judging off his picture or just?
yeah, just
Right.
off of the picture.
I don't know what happened right before we took that picture. Something horrible. He's the unhappiest I've ever seen.
Yeah, he drafted this team.
There's no hope for recovery. Don't bring Twig back up ever again. You destroyed him. Give him a prize just for that. That's devastating. What are you gonna do?
It is very devastating. Yes.
We'll get it back over to the desk though. Thanks, Collis, for your thoughts.
Ton of players left to choose from. Who will be selected? it's Herwind.
Well,
Hooray!
We almost didn't even need to see this pick because
Exactly.
if for anybody that isn't able to catch the live rundown of the show this weekend, just keep an eye out on Hurrywin's Twitter. I can assure you, any losses that occur will be fully detailed right there for all to view.
Absolutely true. That is something that I won't disagree with. Tully, you got any insight into Herwind?
I just like the synergy, honestly, with the rest of this team. Like, Herwin will fit in like a glove. PBM got lucky that he got Herwin.
Totally, with the safe analysis. Standing by a conversation is John Finch and Polar Bear Mike.
Thanks, Tom. I'm here with Polar Bear Mike. First thing I got to ask you, sounds like everybody thinks you all are the easy, free team here. What are your thoughts on that, BBM?
I just want to make it abundantly clear, if everyone's watching this, I don't want to play with you. Don't fly here. I want
Turn around.
I want to forfeit, man. I mean, I know I was going for a toxic team, and Hurry fits right into that. Trust me, knowing him, he is unbelievably hard to talk to. But yeah, just I don't want him to fly here, man.
No,
I'm scared, man.
But that's my confusion. I mean, who's toxic? Is there really any toxicity on this team? I mean, Variety, Scream, are any of these guys ever been known to be BM?
Oh, all of us, I think, maybe.
Sure.
Except for Arkle. You may have heard F. Dot earlier say he's a nice guy. Just great analysis.
Yeah. Ref Dot, he's really stretching here for this event, right? To find
right.
the real
Yeah.
research on this one, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't know if I agree with everyone else. I think you and Jeff might have the strongest teams here. Who do you think is probably the weakest team, or gonna be the one you guys can steamroll right over on Sunday?
I'm not sure. It depends if Hurry makes it here or not.
If Hurry comes in, it's you guys, right?
If Hurry comes in, yeah, I think we have one of the strongest rosters. I think we just kind of get out of the way for the Dig Boys. Thinking about now, the team dynamic is interesting, right? Because I'll have fun with Arkle, and then Scream will have fun with Variety, and we'll just hear Hurrywin complain the entire time, like, "Hey guys, can someone come mid?" And we'll probably just mute him and see where we go from there.
Yeah, you thought about maybe like unplugging his mic or headset or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean I think he probably doesn't even deserve a headset.
Right. There will be no comms.
Right. So if we can just give that to, if we can get like a coach or something, and just give that to them. Yeah.
You mean so instead of not having that fifth one, give it to someone else, right?
Yeah,
just like anybody around. Maybe if
I mean honestly, if there's any aspiring platinum level coaches, I'd rather have them. I don't know, just anyone but Hurrywin.
Be able to provide a little bit more content in that situation. Well, we'll get it back over to the desk. Thanks again, PB.
No problem.
Polar Bear Mike locking us in there alongside John Finch. Thanks, Polar Bear Mike. Fun stuff. Some fun stuff, at least, here today. Polar Bear Mike's got a decent team. He's got his own jungler Scream. How you guys feeling?
I think Arkill's the real victim in this entire rundown of the roster drafts and all that goodness. I mean, Arkill might have deserved better.
No, he's going from Dignitas to this. Anyway, this is the same exact style. He's just sitting there in his hunter lane, literally smoking a cigarette the whole time anyway. Nothing's changing for him.
What are you doing? Okay, I won't ever do that again.
Please, actually, can I request for you to do that again?
What are you doing?
It's even worse the second time, I'm not going to lie.
I feel like I have a better French accent in any other phrase, I would say. But right now, we're going to ask you guys, in whatever language you speak, to figure out a vote. We want to see who won the All-Star Draft. Who came out on top? Is Polar Bear Mike really on the bottom, like all the players are saying? Captain Twig, despite his picture, is he number one? I can't say a mean thing about Jeff Hindler, so it's not going to happen. We'll talk directly to the captains right now. Aggro at the big table thing.
Here I am at the big table thing. Thanks, Tom. First of all, I just want to give my condolences, Mike. It's really tough to come all the way out here and just know that you've lost from minute one.
And it's rough too, because I had a chance to avoid him, and Jeff even took 2 mid laners and still didn't want Herwin. I think that just speaks volumes.
That is the biggest brain play. I think that I was going to ask you guys who the best pick was, or the worst pick. I'm not even going to bother, because Jeff taking 2 mid laners to force you into that is just next level. Where's this drafting strategy been for LG and in your previous teams as well?
This is only for players, not for gods.
Oh,
We're screwed on that.
Okay, I'm just making sure that we had that under control, I suppose. Twig, do you feel any better? I know after round 1 you were livid was the word that you used. Do you feel any better now about your team?
Maybe just that we might be better than PBM's team. That's the only.
Right.
Of course, because of Hurry Wind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You didn't need to say it. We all.
Yeah, we all kind of knew it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but still pretty depressed.
Yeah. I like how you leaned in to make sure that got really picked up there. I hope you feel better as he moves forward there, Twig. Kalas, look, you guys have been dominating lanes for a while, or lands rather, for a while now.
But
is this
lanes
gonna be
as well.
Lanes as well. Lanes, lands, all the same to you guys. Is this just going to be another easy finals breeze through for you?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, however, I will not be picking Ares because that's not fair. That's just unfair. I'll probably play like something like Apollo or Artemis.
So
Or like Rama with like Frostbound.
Yeah, exactly.
Poison Star, yeah.
Like just.
I don't think that's very good in support.
No, it is. I tried it.
Yeah, the pros wouldn't
it's
know.
full. It's full CDR ROM. You just kind of dash out of the jungle. You say ROM gank and cripple.
You have to specify ROM gang
Exactly.
coming through.
Well, you
Exactly.
roll in, you cripple, then you horrific them. That's a slow.
Yeah, exactly.
You slow them with your one again.
Exactly.
Quote ROM gank. Okay, then you
Right.
slow.
No, cripple
Yeah.
on the shot.
Cripple,
Then you
okay.
horrific, just pay attention, and then you slow.
Yeah.
And then they get slowed by the
And
one.
in case.
We have a strategy now for Saturday. That's what we're gonna run. We're good. Anything else that you guys have been working on potentially?
Yeah, it's also there was this pick. However, I'm not sure that I want to reveal it though, because
I mean, it's
this
only
is a
to,
winning
like-
strat. This
Oh,
a
okay.
winning strat. It's,
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, while we're waiting for the chat to finish their voting on who had the best team, any other? I mean, obviously, I'm going to be playing in the Skillshot versus Pros. I apologize for all the beatdowns I'm going to give to you guys in total.
Oh, I'm gonna end.
This is.
But for the rest of my teammates, what do you think that they should do so that I can try and bestow some?
I think they
wisdom
should
on
go
them?
AFK because you can 1v5 us.
Ideally, what I think
Yeah,
you want is I think
AFK,
you want
okay.
a 5-man room, right? And you want 4 Ganeshas, and you play a carry. So
yep.
then you'll have 4 useless gods, but they can't take any of your kills. So then
that's good.
So then you get the kills,
That's
and then
good.
I int into all of you, and then I think you'd feel really good about it.
Okay, yeah,
and,
we do
and,
feel
and
really good
then at the end of the game, whether you win or lose, you can call them out for being bad because they don't
Right.
have kills.
Right.
Okay, that's
And then
so
you know what the good
Ganesh.
thing is? Once everyone sees how horrible you guys play with Ganesha, they'll all want to vote for Ares for the T5. It'll be so awesome.
Ooh,
No,
that's
don't
good.
vote for Ares. That's
It's
ridiculous.
2 against 1 here.
Yeah.
So against
Let's
one.
do against one.
It's Ganesh. Ganesh is far and away the best.
Hold on, I don't want.
That's
okay.
not even.
This is going to devolve very quickly,
Yeah.
even more so than it already has. So we'll move on from that. We do have the results ready for who chat thought had the best team. Congratulations to the Titans for having the best team. Jeff, 57% of the chat.
Yeah.
Well, he got Baskin. That's at least
Exactly,
55% of
yeah.
that, I think.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
57%. There were 4
It
options.
is all Baskin.
It's
100%.
All Baskin.
I feel like that big play with double mid won him the draft.
100%.
That
I
was
think that's why.
Yeah.
was
And
big
you guys thought
plays.
I was overreacting, but I knew from the start.
Wait, you were
Just, you know.
overreacting?
No, they were saying not you.
Oh,
okay,
no, not
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Mike, what percent of the vote do you think you got?
Should be 0. I would
It's a little
think.
more than 0.
6.
2?
No, a little. It's 14%.
14%.
14% have faith in your squad. Is that?
Well,
is
I
that-
think that makes sense. You divvy that up, and it's like 6% Arcole, 6% Variety. I can't speak. 2% me maybe, and then 0 for Scream and Hurry. I think.
But no negative values for either of those guys. That's-
Yeah, I mean, I think the negative was everyone turning off the stream when they thought Hurry was going to come here. So
yeah, that's
Which is why no one voted.
which is why no one voted, I suppose. Thanks for those who stuck around and actually stayed and voted. Guys, before we throw it over to the desk, and this is the last time we're going to get to hear from you guys sitting all together as captains. Any words you want to give to your opponents here? Anyone?
Congratulations on the win, guys. I mean, whichever of the 3 of you it'll be.
Sorry you ended up like this, Mike.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate indeed. Good job, Twig.
Depressed.
Let's throw it over to the desk.
That was that. So we got the results. Everybody thinks Jeff's team is going to win. They got 2 mid laners. We'll see if that actually works. One of them is Baskin, like you said, so you can just like Baskin him.
Sure.
How you feeling?
I had definitely had them as my number 1 because the only 2 players I had in my S tier was Baskin and Zeros, and the fact that Jeff got that in the 3rd and 4th round, I feel like he got away there like cleanly with the best draft.
I mean, I was looking at Collis. He picked up fails. I don't think you can go wrong there.
I think Twig's got the sleeper draft. I think Twig's team could possibly come in contention
Yes.
for first place, if not win it all.
All right, well,
That's my number 2.
certainly a lot of fun. This is going to be Titans representing. Fun ball coming through. SK Gaming. Zeros and Baskin. Who knows what the hell's going on there? Jeff and Benji, obviously. Should be a fun one right there. That's your crowd favorite, so to speak. 57% is actually really, 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 really big. Twig's team not as successful on the draft, but he's got Aurora, he's got Snoopy, he's got Deathwalker, Venenu. This is a squad that can hold their own.
They could definitely make some highlight plays. I think it's just going to be dependent on how Twig and Aurora synergize. And the way they did it in the last year had a lot of great results, so they could be that sleeper pick if they pull out the cheese.
Still think that that's possibly going to be the team to take it all here, even though they are missing a couple of the same pieces from last time around. I think that the new guys that they are bringing on board should probably be able to do similar performance, if not better.
Colossus' team looks pretty good as well. We said Danny Phantom over there in the jungle. He's got Panic Cat, his teammate Wolfie for the bald Sirius side, and then of course Final K.
They just rub his head for good luck.
That's what it is, honestly. I mean, that's probably the rival ritual. They take Wolfie and they just all like kind of grip around and then they just get that good luck shine.
Sure. Totally.
That seems to be always a thing that we see them messing around with every time they come through to land. Collis and the guys always say the same thing. We just rub his head for good luck. It's not a prank. That's why he said if it can't be adapting, it's got to be Wolfie.
That's gross. Polar Bear Mike's team, average. Here it is. Got Arkle, Scream, Polar Bear Mike, Variety, and Herwind. There they go. Now, I think PBM might
Mike,
drag
we
this
can't
team
crop
down.
the picture. All right, man. You said enough about Hurrywind as is. We're not going to crop this any further.
Now, to be fair, like this is a pretty respectable draft already. Like Variety in the solo lane, Scream can make plays out of the jungle. Arkill's just going to be smoking a cigarette, AFK farming on the Hunter lane.
Why are you saying that? Okay, I'm not doing it again.
Why are you doing this? But I think PBM has some good potential to win this as well, honestly.
Sure. I mean, all like real talk, I mean, all four of these squads are some of the better players in the league, right? Of course, we're going to see success. I think that this is going to be fun watching these teams bang around and do their thing. Of course, it's a 2-day event. Tomorrow is Saturday. And the day after, tomorrow is Friday. The day after that is Saturday. And the day after that will be Sunday. Tomorrow is Friday. We're not playing, we're chilling, but we've got patch notes, baby. That's what's going on tomorrow in non-esports world. 3 p.m. right here, and you can catch out all the information coming out. No new gods. We're still looking at Pele, but a lot of nice balance changes as well.
I'm interested to see once those new gods do come out. We were actually in that design meeting, so keep your hats on, folks, because you're going to be blown away.
Should be a really fun one.
Waiting for that one.
You guys are giving me
I'm trying to
nothing
throw
on
a
this set.
spoiler
I
on
don't
that
want
one.
to throw anything into the mix because I don't like getting involved.
Yeah, I'm not touching the
Yeah,
spoiler,
we're
man.
not touching that.
I'm just saying, it's spicy.
That's cursed.
AJ, that's all Anatoly doing the spoil stuff. Make sure to tune in, though, for Patch Notes. That's going to be tomorrow, 3 p.m. You don't want to miss it. So, fun stuff that I can't spoil that Toly just wants to talk about for some reason. Do one of these. And then give me the key.
No.
You'll give it back to him tomorrow on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no way. It's not happening.
Saturday is the day that we get to see our drafts go to work. Saturday is going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be the pros versus skill shot. That's us. We're skill shot, right? That's us?
That's us.
Yep.
Last time I
We are the
checked.
skill shot gamers.
So it's going to be a best of 5, just one. You only have to watch one. But I think clearly there's an upper card. There's an upper seed. I think you can expect us to win.
Request to play Mike's team first and foremost, just because we know it'll already be a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm down,
You know, 4
actually.
P5s are always.
We'll see how that works.
beneficial.
Actually, who we play against, it's going to be up to you. More on that in a moment. Sunday is going to be the real all-star match, if you will. We're going to see the 4 teams go head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. 1 match, 2 match will feed into the finals. You can see the Juggernauts will play the Minotaurs, and then the Manticores will play the Titans. The Juggernauts, of course, being the green team. So we'll see how these guys work out.
And that's going to be really exciting because I think these teams against each other, like they play so much against each other in terms of rank that they always mix it up. And now that they actually have some pricing on the line, it's just going to be amplified even further.
I want to see Zeros play Vulcan jungle, although I think we're hearing Baskin in the jungle, right? Yeah, oh well. Of course, this is for fun. What's for fun and for serious is Hi-Res Expo. We've moved it up. It's no longer in January. November, baby! The 16th through the 18th, downtown Atlanta is certainly a great city to be in. We're at the big boys table now. Smite and Paladin's going to be there with a slew of other popular esports. You get to mix and mingle with all your favorite high-res friends, family, pros, etc. Even aggro if you want, I guess. He waved to the camera even though it's off. And yeah, everybody else around in Gamer World.
It's always nice to just kind of kick it back at the end of a year, or practically the end of the year, and just get a chance to say hey to everybody. Not to mention that it won't just be Smite-based events going on here. We've also got a little bit of possibly some Paladins action happening, and then you can never really count out Realm Royale with the way that things have been looking over there.
Yeah,
it's just all about the after party, honestly, for me. I'm always trying to get in a dance floor, so this is my opportunity to shine.
Can you show us your dance moves as we
dance
leave?
Floor for me.
Me and Taco will spread. I'll say goodbye, and then we'll throw it. But instead of peaching it, we'll totally it.
I think you have a show to close here, Tom.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of peaching it, we could just totally it.
Sure.
Are you down?
After.
No, I mean okay.
Right
you're
now.
down. Yeah.
After.
All right, so you guys heard it. We're going to close the show. Peach is going to come up, and then we're going to go back and show Totally Dancing. And if you don't dance, you owe everybody gems. Thank you so much for joining us. For myself and everybody here, there's one thing I do want to ask you to do before we go, though. Totally throwing me off my game. Go to @SmitePro on Twitter. Vote for who's going to be playing on Saturday. Skillshot versus pros. Make sure we've got the 10 best people on the battlefield. Certainly something you guys want to be a part of. Totally. Any other interjections?
No, I'm just waiting for you to peach it.
Yeah? And then you're going to dance for us.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Happen. Yeah? Good show? You guys enjoy it?
I wish to die.
Okay, well, that's what Taco has to say, so I'm just going to get out of here, and we can watch Totally Dance. For myself, all my friends here in front of and behind the camera, we love you. We'll catch you, and we'll see you on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Keeping the shades on, though there's dark clouds. 'Cause if you look in my eyes, you would see it all. And I gotta keep my head above the surface, oh yeah. But your waves pulls me in, and I can't hold it back again. I'm losing my cool when I'm here right next to you. I'm losing my cool, yeah. I'm losing my cool when I'm under your control. I'm losing my cool.
Oh, it doesn't do that one.
I'm losing my cool.